The BTF juice is flowing, okay? So watch how you speak on my name, you know?
And you couldn't tell me shit.
Get him. Blue Tigers Fitted show. Internet's back again. Another special edition. But is shit ever really special though, Sherm? You know how people are like most anticipated, highly anticipated.
Shit, I think it's pretty special tonight.
Is it?
I think so.
Well, it's special.
Said that with doubt.
I'm just asking.
Is it?
Some people may not think it's special.
Well, fuck them.
Well,
How
Tom.
about that?
that's how you feeling, regular ass
It is
Tom?
special.
And how you doing?
I'm good.
Just great.
Yeah. I networked.
Did
Did
you?
some, yeah. Met a lot of nice people tonight.
Where the hell did we go? Because the internet's just saying tonight, but it's fucking be tomorrow, somebody's other day. Where did we go this evening? You remember?
Yeah.
We got him in the studio.
Yeah.
So we got the Connected
definitely
Podcast Brothers,
We
right?
definitely
AJ and SJ in the studio, man. So clap it up for that. You know what I'm saying? Had the Urban Podcast Summit, you know what I'm saying, jumping off, right? First Urban Podcast Summit in Detroit. You know what I mean? Like first annual, like the first to do it. Have you been to any?
No.
Not other than tonight, right? Scumbag?
No, they trendsetters, innovators.
I would have to
love
say
it.
so,
Yeah, hey,
right?
shout out to them.
Shout out to them, man. Y'all got to follow that hashtag, man. TCE18, TCE18. And you get to check out all the photos and all the updates, man, on how I went down here, man, in Detroit, and checking out some really dope-ass podcasts, man. There was a lot of love in the room, man. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know as many were out there. Like, you do, but then when you actually start to hear it and see it, like, yo,
Yeah.
this is this is that.
Right.
And connect with so many people to do the kind of crazy shit that we do. It's pretty dope, man.
Shout out to everybody.
Shout out to everybody. But what's even crazier is them hosting that is one thing, right? And it's Detroit's first annual, right?
Mm-hmm.
They get a fucking paisan from fucking Brooklyn. Okay? Detroit gets Brooklyn. Detroit gets Jersey. They get the Sopranos, okay? The two U's. The two
It's
U's.
Utes,
The
motherfucker.
Utes, motherfucker.
Get it right, T.
Listen. I had the pleasure to be on the Blue Tigers Fitted podcast on the phone.
On the phone. Multiple times.
Now I'm in the building.
Now he's
I'm
live.
here
In the building.
Internet's
I'm
Premium Pete's in the building. Clap it up for Premium. Premium the God.
Listen,
What up, though, Pete?
I'm glad to be in Detroit.
Yeah.
Had a good time. It's funny that you say about the podcast summit, the Connected Experience
Yeah.
that we were at tonight. Because I feel like it's like almost like you're like, I didn't even know there's that many people. Meaning like, other podcasts. Like for you, you got a chance to witness like there's other networks.
Right.
And it just shows you how thriving the podcast community is, but it also shows you how many people love doing podcasts.
Sure.
So it's special. And even though things could be saturated, it still is special, And, sometimes some people will fall off, but people who really, have a vision of what they want to do
Sure.
will deliver it,
Yeah.
Because you want to do something that you can leave behind,
That's dope, man.
honestly.
Internet's, and if you're listening again, Premium Pete, man, from the Premium Pete Show is in the building.
Man, fuck Premium Pete and the Premium Pete show.
You got to eat this.com. F your fucking Food Network, man. F your fucking podcast. You heard?
Can we just put someone in a box like in this day and age? Hold on one second. I'm eating Skittles, and for some reason I can't.
And you're not even. You got to fucking tell them at once. You're not eating the regular shit. You're fucking wild berry
It
Skittles.
doesn't matter. Don't worry about it. We're in Detroit. What were we saying?
I was saying, where the fuck you from, man? F your fucking podcast.
No. I said people put each other in a box.
All the time.
I don't know if I told you this before, but I think years ago I remember I ran into somebody and they were like, "Oh shit, you're Premium Pete, that sneaker guy."
Of course.
And I don't know why, but that shit bothered me.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
from that day, I worked so hard for people to acknowledge me, like, "Damn, you out here doing everything." Because that's what I wanted. I didn't want to be just. And another, I love sneakers. I love everything about them. But
Sure.
I have other passions, and some more than others. And then what happens is sometimes I think you get into, a culture like you could love the music, but you don't like the music business.
Sure.
Like you can love sneakers, but maybe not like the sneaker culture.
Yeah, it's funny you say that though. It's the same thing. Like I go out, scumbag Sharon, regular ass
Shouts to
time.
Scumbag Sharon, yeah.
You know, yeah, shout out to some scumbag. You know, we're in different cities. You know, you talk about sneakers. You know how we met Cincinnati Sneaker Showcase years ago, several years ago, with Matt from corporate. Shout out to Matt from corporate, man. And you know, you start doing these other events or going out of town, and it's the same thing. Hey, Teak. The YouTube guy, the sneaker tube guy,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You write for sneaker tube, don't you? And it's like, okay, that's cool for a little bit every now and again, but you're right. You're in that box now. And it's even crazier now. I still get people hitting me up like I'm the fucking sneaker broker. Hey, man, what do you think of these? Is it a good deal on this? Do you think I should buy these? You think you're the guy to go to? People I ain't talked to in like fucking 3-4 years.
I mean, I get it. You want to
You know what I mean?
stay diverse, but isn't that good at the same time?
Yeah, you know, it's funny too that you say that because, well, first of all, it's not the person's problem. Like meaning like that they're acknowledging you as something that they think you are, you know, and I think they mean it from a good, you know, a good heart. Like, yo, that's Premium Pete, you that sneaker guy. But it's like, you know, I just think that there's other things that people do, and you know, it's like almost funny. It's like you know, like AJ and SJ from the Connected Experience. Like when I was on their show. I know, like, hey, introduce yourself, let the people know what you do.
Sure.
I said, like, yo, I always hate that shit because it's like kind of like you're sitting there and like, I don't know, I'm not against selling myself, but it's like kind of like, do you run down all your things you've done?
Yeah.
Did I miss any?
Right.
It's like kind of like, I don't know. It's kind of like, and then you don't want to sound like a dick, like, yo, you know, it's Premium Pete. You know what I do.
You know I'm out here.
Yeah, yeah.
Google me,
Huh?
It's a fine
Because
balance.
because I will say this: some people may not know what you do,
Mm-hmm.
and that's in anything, you know. To me, it's always figure how do you get them to know what you do? Like how do you, like I've always like people like I've ran into people that are like, oh, that's Premium Pete. You don't know, and some people are like, no, I didn't, and then me, I don't ever get mad, and people be like, yo, no disrespect, I never heard the show, and in my mind, I'm like, nah, no disrespect. In my mind, I'm like, damn, how do I get this guy?
Yeah.
To, you know what I mean? Like, how do you get to be in pause, but everybody's mouth?
Sure.
You know, in everybody's mind, like, you know, like people thinking of you and what you're doing. I just think it's by working hard, finding ways to progress, and finding ways to really like shine. But at this end of the day, I think it's really like living your life, living your dream. You get to live your dream. People are inspired by that. You know.
So let me ask
So
you this. Go ahead.
when you run into that person, he's like, I don't know who Premium Pete is. Does that motivate you to go?
Absolutely.
Make this motherfucker know who I am.
Absolutely, it does. But again, it's nothing, and I always feel like people say that in the sense of like, yo, no disrespect, you know what I mean? Like, but they shouldn't feel that way because if that's what it is what it is. You know, we live in a world today where somebody could be like for instance, somebody could be at we were at the event tonight, like I was telling you. Somebody could be there and like, yo, Premium Pete, like, you know, and then somebody next to him, his friend, maybe like, yo, okay, I don't know who that is, but he'll be like, okay, can I take a picture?
Right.
Like, I'll give you an example. When I was with Bun in Houston, he told me, he's like, yo, what do you, like, this is very years ago. He's like, what do you want to do? I'm like, I want to go to Galleria. He's like, yo, I'm not going to go to Galleria on a fucking Saturday with you, bro. It'd be insane. And he's like, I'm like, yeah, but that's where I want to go. And he's like, all right, man, I got love for you, so I'll do it for you. Bro, as soon as we went in that Galleria, I'm talking about like, it was like, you know, I'm gonna take a picture. So it's funny, this one person came over and it was like some like old lady. And she just like, I don't know, I think somebody had asked like, hey, you, what's up? And she's like, oh no, I see everybody else taking a picture, so I figured I'd take a picture with you. So the point I'm trying to make is we live in a world where if somebody says to somebody like, yo, you don't know that's Premium Pete? Instead of them saying like, some people say nah, like, no, but yo, can I take a picture? They just go because, and then if you ever ask them, they're like, I don't know who he is, but everybody else is taking a picture of him.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that brings me to my next question, right? So it's like, you know, you look at podcasting and like you said, it's not even matured really into this thing. Like everybody's still kind of trying to figure it out. It has so much potential, so much growth. You talked about it tonight when you said, you know, sponsorship, you know, because that was kind of one thing that came up was like, you know, how do people get financial gain from this? How can I make money? You know, everybody want to make money, right? You know, but do you think, right? So being in certain cities, right? You being in New York, New Jersey, being around certain people, right, to network, right? So people in other cities here in Detroit, Chicago, someone's listening in from Louisiana or fucking Atlanta, right? Do you think being in certain cities has a leg up or like an advantage based off of what you mentioned, right? New York is, like you said, is a city where it's, you're on a subway or you're on a Uber and you don't know who you're sitting next to. You could be sitting next to a billionaire or athlete.
Sure. No.
Do you think that those certain cities like New York have a leg up? Like, because for you, I look at you and I, your interviews are phenomenal, right? And RIP Combat, what you guys created over there was crazy, right? Just hip hop, starting with Hip Hop Cats and everybody on the show, and then you moved on. Tommy from fucking Power on the show, right? Multiple guests like that to me, Consequence, everybody, right? All these episodes, man. Like, do you think you being and kind of being around that movement and shaking and moving with those people gave you that advantage to network and kind of move forward with these interviews?
Yeah, I mean, I think that when you meet, when you just networking, man, you meet different people, it opens up doors. Like some people don't have the patience to take the time to network with people. That's why I felt like I said tonight, it's important to network, man. You never know who you could meet. You never know who you could come across. Mm-hmm. You never know who who's friends. Like even like little things like someone would be like, yo, would you like Brandon Marshall on the show? Like, yeah, of course. Oh, okay, my sister goes to school with him, or my sister does this with him. Like, you'd be surprised, bro. Of whose son is this, of whose dad is that. It's networking is powerful, but there's not many people know how to network. To be honest with you.
Yeah, okay. As a new jack, because I met a couple first timers at the event tonight. You know what I'm saying? And I was trying to give them advice I could. How would a person start to introduce as networking? What's step A or step one with networking? I guess
I would say don't have an ulterior motive. People literally try to shoot their shot today, like right now, this moment.
Yeah.
Where you could wait till tomorrow. So like, yo, it was great to meet you at the Connected Experience. Summit, it was dope. I had a great time. Yo, maybe we get on a call top of next week.
Right.
Some motherfuckers are like, just like you know what? You brought up a great fucking question. People get mad that I give them my email. Mm-hmm. Motherfuck you. you don't deserve to be texting me every fucking day.
Right. Exactly.
Definitely not. Right.
And I'll be honest with you, I read all my emails. Mm-hmm. And I will get back to you, or we will get on a call, or whatever. Explain yourself. I just feel like all these years, I just thought about that when you asked me that. People get mad when you give them your email. People.
Why do you think that is? You think because they've
I
been
think they
fucking
feel like
rejected so much?
I think they feel like it's a rejection.
Yeah.
Because who checks their email like constantly? It's not a text. It's not a. It's not a tweet.
Sure, what's the E in email stand for?
Electronic.
Okay, I'm just saying. Certain internets out there don't know, bro.
I hope so.
Certain motherfuckers. I'm just being honest.
Learn tonight.
Somebody else told me
it means empty.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. What the fuck?
I wish it meant espresso. Yeah. A double shot I'll take tonight. Forget about
but
it.
Some people will look at that email like, oh, well, fuck this guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody checks the email.
Fuck Premium.
Probably his assistant checking the email.
Yeah.
So it kind of goes with that entitlement, like we were talking about. Everybody's just like, oh, just because I said it, it has to be so.
Yeah.
Kind of like thing. And I just don't, at least he gave you an email, gave you the email, couldn't have gave you nothing. Well, like fuck off or something like that.
But it's also a shot.
Yeah.
It is.
It's also a shot. Why don't you use it? Most people will not email.
Where do you think? So let me ask you that. Where do you think most people fuck up when it comes to networking like that? Is it being overly aggressive?
Not having the patience.
Okay.
Shooting their shot too quick.
Yeah. Busting off.
Yeah. If you want to label it like that.
Super pause. Yeah.
Busting off too early.
Nasty.
Right. Hold that shit. Yeah. You gotta learn.
Nah.
I'm disciplined that shit.
Right.
All the above. All the above of what we were saying. It's people. I think people see value in networking, but people want to run to the finish line before you start. And that doesn't mean that to be slow-mo Joe. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And there's so much that can be done, man. It's like people also got to follow up too. I don't know if you ever hear me say that. We heard
in
a lot of my beginning episodes. I always say follow up because if you follow up, you'll win because most people don't follow up.
Team Vic, fucking Consequence.
Yeah, there's so many. There's so many. Like people just to follow up, but not take shit personal. Like even and it's hard for me too because it's not like I'm an up and coming say like like a podcaster or I'm an up and coming like guy. I've been making a name for myself and doing things for years, and so it's like almost sometimes I'm not saying I'm the same as like an athlete or an artist, but there's a respect level there, and and here I am, like kind of like trying not to take shit personal. Like, okay, I text him 3 times, hasn't got back to me. I start to say, I'm gonna give up. That's why I'm saying the follow up.
Sure.
Because I feel like, you can't take shit emotion. Like, you can't take shit personal.
Yeah. It's the same. I agree with that because it's the same thing we had a couple years ago. We had D9 from D12 on the show. And it's funny because I used to bump into this guy everywhere. Fucking grocery store, fucking Best Buy, wherever. Like, I see this guy everywhere. And he's like, man, I always see you around, running the same circles. Shout out to Rose Spit. Rose in that whole, Detroit hip hop, right, where everybody kind of knows everybody, Denying produces. And it was just like, hey, we've shopped at Burn Rubber, spent money with Rose good people, Rose family. He's been on the show. And it's always been like full circle. It's been like, yo, yeah, you got to fuck with BTF, right? And we had him at the show. It's so funny because we were recording out of Juan Neal's spot for a while, Loose Cannon.
Yeah, Loose Cannon.
And it was funny. His manager came in. He sent his guy in first to check out the spot. They were like, it's podcast down here? They were like, yeah, it's us. It's the guys right here as well. He's like, oh, okay. And he's on the fucking phone. He's looking around. He's like, yeah, everything's good. Everything's good. And he comes in. And I look at him. The first thing I say, I'm like, this fucking guy. I'm like, you sent somebody to scan the area? I'm like, really? And he laughs. He's like, nah, man. You just got to take caution with that shit. I was like, fucking millionaire over here. But he sat down. And it's the funniest shit ever, man, because he's telling us stories. And it's funny because I went back and listened to old Combat Jack episode. You were supposed to be there that night, but you had a fucking flat tire.
Yeah.
On that show when Combat was.
Oh, Denon Porter?
Denon Porter when he was interviewing.
But actually, I'm going to give you a fun fact. I took the guest photo with him.
Oh,
if you go back and look at the, I got the, just when they were ending.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to go in. There was like 10 minutes, and I go in. I'm like, I'm not going in. Let him rock. I don't know.
And it's funny because he's told similar stories, but then he was telling us, you got to go back listen to the episode. It's crazy, man. He's telling us about fucking going out with Shakira and doing something for her. And her laying across the bed, and he was like,
now, did he tell those same stories to you?
Oh man, yeah, oh
really?
Even more, like even more.
Wow,
it was so different. I was like, damn, that's crazy, and
Eminem and backing the car up and
dude, they have it's not a Mercury Tempo, but it's
I can't remember what it was.
Some fucking old ass car. It's like an old Tempo. Do you remember what that was? The car they were beefing over. Anyway, it's like think of it like an old school Tempo, like an old Mercury or old Ford Tempo, right? A piece of shit. And I guess when Eminem and Denon were staying at this house and everybody was trying to get on, whatever, someone backed the car up and fucked the taillight up. And they had a guy staying with them, a drunk guy on the couch, Drunk Bob, who stayed on the couch. And Denon's theory is like, yo, Drunk Bob fucking got drunk one night, tried to back the car up, and the fucking taillight bust. So it's this ongoing beef of like no one wanted to admit that shit. So he said years later, it's like a couple years ago, Denon goes and meets Eminem in the studio, and Eminem has a fucking shirt, a t-shirt made, and it's the car, and it says thanks Denon on the fucking car, and he's like, you motherfucker. He's like, we always try to one up him. He's like, so next thing I'm gonna do is buy a same fucking old ass fucking Tempo and park that shit in his fucking studio and just park it, just keep it there. It's like, so
now,
it's shit like
does
that.
Eminem live in Detroit?
Used to. So he's in what? He was in Rochester, I think Rochester Hills, which is about
just sold out.
a little bit like an hour away or so. So yeah, so it's sold, right? Yeah, so he's out. He's on.
And Haley lives out here.
She go to state, don't she?
I think so. His
She goes to
kid.
Michigan State.
It's amazing how old she is. It's like
it's
you got to
crazy.
feel like you're old if you realize that Eminem's daughter is like in college and shit like that, man.
It's crazy, scumbag.
Is she in college, right?
Yeah, college.
Yeah.
Crazy, bro.
Crazy. And they were just talking about him. We
Like
talked about him.
like one of my favorite songs for my daughter is Mockingbird. And I used to, my daughter still plays it to this day. I always told her that was for her.
Yeah.
And it's like like just
Yeah,
even
like
like
you
little
miss your
ad
mom.
libs, like
I know you miss your dad.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like even like it's like go to bed, Haley. It's
Yeah.
like Dad.
But it was
But
it was
now
funny.
this kid's like in college and looking beautiful also.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Yeah, definitely.
Very beautiful.
let me switch it up because we got to keep it hip hop. So I got to ask, what you think about the album?
It's okay to say it was
I
ass.
wasn't. I wasn't that impressed. To be
And we
honest
weren't either.
with
We
you.
had this discussion. We weren't.
Yeah.
I wasn't
Right.
that impressed.
I just had to get a fellow hip hop head.
Got it.
Yeah, no, I wasn't. I wasn't.
You
I
wasn't
wasn't.
much listen to Sci-Hi.
What's that high?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, hey, listen, everybody. Hey, listen. I was just having a conversation about Sci-Hi.
Yeah. You got to get him on the show, Pete.
I can.
Yeah,
Yeah.
gotta
I
get
can.
him
I
on the
mean,
show.
I know Sci-Hi a long time. Sci-Hi is good friends with Greg Street.
Yeah.
I met Sci-Hi a bunch of times. I got his mat too.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of connecting. You know.
Talk about J Electronica, man.
Yeah, I actually spoke to him yesterday.
Okay.
Or the day before. Yeah.
Surprisingly, I know he hiding somewhere around
Right.
here. I know
Nah, he'll be.
Around here.
He wasn't in
Somewhere.
town. He wasn't in town.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
money somewhere.
Right.
Talk about that relationship, man. How did you and Jay cross paths, man?
I'm in retail. Maybe 2009.
Premium laces.
Yeah. This guy comes in. He's wearing slides, no socks, nothing.
Uh-huh.
Came in with a friend of mine called FWMJ. His name is Frank Miller. He's like a graphic designer. He had this site called Rappers I Know.
Okay.
And I don't know if I don't want to go off record there, but
Yeah.
I don't know if Jay was struggling at that time.
Sure.
But and then Dallas Penn had pulled up on me, and I blessed Jay with a brand new pair of ones. I don't remember which ones. I think it could have been like the Celtic ones.
Okay.
And I was like, nah, you can't be out here with ashy feet and some slides like that.
Slides. You got to be out here. Yeah.
And he was super grateful. And it's funny because it's like, then we haven't seen each other in a while, and then like A3C,
Yep.
they were doing a Pimp C tribute.
Okay.
And we had the block shut down, and it was like 3-6 Mafia. It was Goody Mob,
Classic.
Bun, couple other people, and I turn around. I was talking to somebody, and I hear this guy's like, "Yeah, that's Premium Pete," and he was asking Bun like, "Yo, is that fucking?" And he came over, and big ass hug, and he was so happy to see me. I haven't seen him in a while, and I mean that was about the time he was really, came back out with some music and Exhibit
type
C,
shit.
and yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, then he came and met me at the hotel, and people were bugged out. That people were stopping their car like in the middle of the street and just pulling over and running out and taking a picture with him. And I brought Combat down, and I was like, "Yo, Combat," because he used to call Jay Electronica the unicorn of hip hop,
Right.
Shit,
and
yeah.
and
I could see
That's
that,
about
though,
accurate.
yeah, and he wanted that, and that goes to show you for anybody listening, what it takes to really sit down with certain people.
Mhm.
It didn't happen, unfortunately. I was trying to make it happen, and he was going to do it. But then, Jay's his own man.
Sure.
It's like everybody's, and unfortunately, when you put yourself into, that type of tier, what like if you had him on the show, what are you going to ask him? Like, where's the album?
Should I ask
Right.
about
Like
Erykah
nobody,
Badu?
he don't want to hear that.
Right.
And I guess that's that's his business. It's
I
like
want to know why Michigan. Like, I get why, but I want to know from him why. You know what I mean? Like the
Badu
low-key
ism,
nature.
man.
That might be it. You're right.
Yeah.
You might be
well, hey, listen.
No crochet hats.
Who knows? You may
Crochet
have
pants.
a Premium Pete show soon to find out.
Hey, you gotta find that shit out.
that.
You heard it here first,
I heard-
internets.
you
Goddamn it.
definitely did.
Goddamn it.
You definitely
Speaking of Los Internetos, fucking Dallas Penn, fucking scumbag motherfucker.
Dallas is a good dude, man.
Very good dude.
He's a burnout, but he's a good dude. I will say, relationships, you never know where they're gonna take you. I always
Yeah.
say, like, you look at what he did, but
fucking what was the internet breakfast shit?
hold on, let me see if I have this little video I'll play. Let's see if it sounds good.
Oh shit, yeah.
Look, even I used to be premium J Electronica. Then I stole that. Stop.
What is that?
Yo, you got fucking Jay-Z's chain on?
No, that was a chain he was wearing for a while. I liked it, but he said I used to be premium J Electronica.
Premium. Stunt button.
No.
Stunt button. It's okay. Fucking
You may have
fuck
to
that talk. Shit.
you may have to cut some of these
all
type things. Hold on, here we go.
Got something else?
Oh, my entire swag. My entire swag. I'm premium. Look, even I used to be premium J Electronica. Then you stole that.
Stole that.
So, but
Wise words.
He look like he ain't enjoying life. I probably wouldn't even talk about hip hop. Jay, like if we have ever at the shot. He look like he enjoying life right there. That's
Why
real.
not? Because he's got a kid by Badu, right?
I have no idea about
Yeah,
that.
yeah, he does.
Yeah.
So
That's
shout
all.
out
It's all.
to
It's
him.
good to go there.
Jay's a good dude, man. Like I said, unfortunately, hip hop is only going to ask him one question.
Yeah.
And as they should, as fans. But, it goes back to when we just started talking on this episode, people are more than just one thing.
Sure.
Gotta be.
Yeah,
this
back
day
to
and
Dallas
age.
Penn. That's my guy.
Well, hold on, I got a question. He
go
done name dropped the legend a few times. The homie Bun B. Shout out to him.
Shout out to Bun.
Now, low key, I be following his IG. Bun B gets it in the kitchen.
Oh, yeah.
I know y'all like to eat.
Yeah,
Can he
definitely.
really get it in? Because he look like he be throwing the fuck down.
Nah, he knows that. He knows how to cook. Queenie knows how to cook real well.
Yeah.
His wife. But he knows how to cook. But he knows how to eat. And whatever. And he makes fun of me. He says like I have like a crazy palate, and because I have a high metabolism, I would
still this age of yours.
like literally I could eat like it's insane. And I always say that because I grew up with a couple of friends at the time when I was younger that were big, like big. You know what I mean? Like I'm talking about
Fat boys big.
500.
500.
This guy.
That's a big boy.
So and they used to love to eat, man, steaks and
yes.
cream spinach and mashed potatoes with a baked potato on the side, you know what I mean? So I had to learn how to eat. Well, I will say I take my time, but I eat it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy, and it goes back to your videos, man, on IG, man. Sunday dinners and shit. I don't even know. Sherm, you even know what a Sunday dinner is?
I haven't had one in a while.
Hell no.
No.
Regular ass time. You know what a Sunday dinner is?
Sunday dinner.
Fucking this Premium Pete's out here like a true white man in New York.
I don't.
We're
That's
getting
not
out
white. That's not fully white.
4:35 o'clock.
That's
and then
a
it's
time.
nap time,
Right.
right?
There's 8 courses deep.
Right.
Let
Let me tell you something, Internet. If you're eating dinner at 4:00, you're ready to die next year.
Pete's there. Pete's there is that's your aunt, right? The older.
My mother's twin. Yeah, I have a grandmother who's 96.
Fucking hilarious when this guy is asking her right about movies and shit. He's like, "Have you seen Star Horse?" "Oh yeah, Star Wars." No, Star Horse. He's like,
Yeah,
"That's the portal."
Listen,
She's
honestly,
like, no. I haven't seen that one.
family is for me. Thank God. Family has been the backbone of everything I've been involved in. When I went away and did some time, in jail, maybe about 3.5 years.
Yeah.
They used to come visit me 10 hours each way. You know what I mean? Like, I'm home 14 plus years, but it's like, my grandmother was still like 84, 82 at the time or whatever. That's still old to be sitting on a bus for 10 hours each way.
Yeah, no shit.
And then and the funny thing is, I'll never forget, they used to be on the visiting floor, and the CO used to walk by, and she used to be like, "These son of a bitches." And I'm like, nah, it ain't done. But they would come visit me, rain, sleet, or snow.
Wow.
And I don't only mean about jail. I'm just saying, like, family has always. I used to make this joke and say, like, yo, if somebody farted, we got 30 people together and had a cake and cookies for it. But that is one thing I really enjoy about my family, is that we come together and we celebrate each other, and even if if you get a girlfriend, or if you get like if I've like different cousins get bringing they'll make you feel like you're at home. Like I used to, I remember years ago when I was living with mom and friend used to come over. I used to go upstairs. I come down, he's fucking got a 3-course meal in front of him, and I'm like, "Oh, what are you doing?" I just came out to change my fucking shirt. She's like, "Hey," he's like, "Hey, I couldn't," because they'll put the pressure on you. But really, I will say this: it's like that type of support. It's it helped me get through things. Like even talking about jail for a second. Like I've seen so many people go back, and I've seen so many people, return to jail. And when I think about it, it's because they don't have a support system. And sometimes when people don't have anybody there for them, they're like, "Fuck it."
Sure.
Like, yo, who gives a fuck? Not saying everybody, but that's what happens. And it goes to show you too. Also, when we speak about presence over presence, without a parent there, things get fucked up.
Sure.
You know, like when you, it just like if a girl grows up without her father, like there's issues there. Vice versa with a guy.
Yeah.
You know, and growing up without without a father, son growing up without a father, or a mother.
Sure.
You know, it causes anger. It causes, you know, I like that's why I always make this reference. But in Jay-Z and Kanye on Watch the Throne, they have a song called New Day, and Jay-Z says, "Sins of a father make your life 10 times harder."
Yeah.
So, you know, cheer.
You guys are stunned. Fucking ask this fucking guys.
The knowledge
Let's
behind
ask this guy some questions.
crazy
Hear
to
this
me.
guy all the time. He's not in Detroit all the goddamn time.
The knowledge, man. So, what's your real interpretation of Detroit?
What you mean? Did he have a fake one before or something?
Well, you know,
Well, here's the
it's a
TV
difference-
perception.
It's a difference
one.
between
313
from
fuck
Detroit
free world.
and
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Yeah,
that's
see,
bullshit.
That's perception.
yeah,
that's perception.
malarkey.
Hawaii stands up. Notice that this man did not have his hands up.
Well, I
But
mean,
you know
to be
how
fair, that was the
how you
90s.
get
Fuck
a
outta
perception of Detroit. You hear what it's like from being outside, but once you actually come here, it's like a whole nother. You know, I hear from different friends. Oh, it's a whole different kind of perception. I didn't know it was like this.
Well, it depends on when you came here. You know, 5 years ago. You know.
Very true.
Click.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I'm only here for a couple hours.
Yeah.
So far, you know,
can't
maybe,
digest.
maybe
Yeah,
double-digit
not fair.
hours. I hit the ground running.
Yeah.
You know what I do want to say, and this is what's amazing about social media, and you know, come down here, do the podcast panel with AJ and SJ from the Connected Experience. You know, it's funny. Whenever I go places, this is what I love about social media. I'll tweet like, "Yo, Detroit, I'm in your town Thursday."
I've
Just
seen
say,
that. I've
I may
seen
say like, "Yo, I'll crash your podcast, and let's go for some food."
Yeah.
Bro, after a while, I can't tweet that type of stuff because it's like, think about it. I'm only here for a day. How many podcasts could you do?
Yep.
You know, how much could you run around? How much could you? So it's like, but just the fact that you have that tool to do that is amazing. And I will say that's one thing that I like. People always worry about money, and of course you need it. It helps you get by. It helps you leave something behind. It helps ease things. But yo, I'm honestly truly blessed. I could, because of sneakers, because of food, because of podcasting, because of connecting and building network and a relationship, I could touch down in any city, like any city, and know somebody there, a local, that will bring me around and will build, will eat, will move. Like, that's special.
That's real
Any
special.
city, any city, like any city.
So it sounds like you out here eating what you kill, and that's something
Who,
I admire.
Shaquille?
Eating what you kill. You know what I mean?
No,
Like,
pause. You said eating
It
shit.
did sound like you.
No, I didn't say that. I'm not pausing.
I'm pausing.
Wait,
I'm
where is
pausing.
this going?
No, I think you said I'm. Would you say just
Eating what you kill.
eating what you kill.
Yeah, he
Oh,
said-
eating
he
what
said-
you
oh,
kill.
he
My
said
bad. I
eating
didn't
what
know
you
what
kill.
My bad.
Like he's
I thought you
like
said
he's an
eating-
exotic fucking.
Eating a Shaquille. Is that what y'all honestly thought?
No, that's what fucking pizza.
Okay. All right,
Fucking
well,
No, I did.
the Italian.
Teak. Do not scumbag Sherman. Yeah.
that feels wrong right there.
Yeah,
No,
shouldn't
I'm
feel
saying,
anything.
so you out here eating what you kill, you know what I'm saying? And the fact that you've taken it, because like you said, you didn't want people rolling up to you talking about, oh, it's the sneaker guy. You've made it 5 different hustles, eating what you kill. Is that the goal, the big goal? How many more hustles do you foresee? You know, how much more?
That's you know. Now that I realize you don't want that many, because it's like then you won't be doing everyone right.
Yeah.
You know, I would love to do. I guess in the future I want to do public speaking.
I can see that because
You
you
know,
can talk, motherfucker.
Yeah, I guess so. I want to do public speaking. You know, I want to continue with the podcast. Listen, the podcast is a beautiful thing. You know why? Because like I was saying tonight, it opens up doors. Trust me, it does. It opens up. And if anyone's listening that feels like, hey, it hasn't really happened, hang in there. Because if you're passionate about anything, something will come from it.
Sure.
You know, I don't know, what you may get from it. You may meet your wife from a podcast. You may get a piece of ass from a podcast.
Well, never mind. Allegedly.
Well, I mean, look,
there's been some members.
no Harvey. What's that guy's name? Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah, right. No,
Harvey, yeah.
No
yes,
Harvey
yes,
Weinstein.
no Harvey.
Yes, come back. Don't
Yeah.
fucking grab him in the pussy.
Hold on. Don't throw me under the bus. I don't know nothing
Trumpito.
about none of that.
Chompito.
You know what I'm saying?
No, one thing I can say, Internet's, we were talking offline, man, again, AJ and SJ down here in Studio 1 too, and kind of asking us where we got started, our inspiration to start BTF, and the people listening in already know what time it is. We've gone over that. But the other thing I can say, Pete, that I've personally appreciated, when you guys were branching off and we had Sneaker Fiends Unite. I get a call from Pete, and obviously these guys are in New York. I'm in Detroit, so I can't fucking fly out there. Or, they're not Tom Joyner and my ass out there, right? Because everybody's just starting off, and I'm Tom Joyner fucking take a flight every morning. But I appreciated the fact that I was able to record, man, and these guys would edit, myself, and shout out to G-Rock, shoegame.com, you know what I'm saying? He would do a 2-3 minute piece, and we'd be incorporated in the show, right? Like, that was all love, you know what I'm saying? Fucking Dallas and Pete. Back to you, Teak, and thanks for that update, Detroit. Let's go to Atlanta for, but it was dope because we had people chime in and be like, oh, shit, you're on the same show with Pete and Dallas. That's dope, man. We heard your segment, or your segment's funny as hell, and it, Pete almost like forced us to get a good amount of content done in 2 to 3 minutes, which sometimes is very difficult to do for some people. To get the information, boom, hard hitting, boom, and make an impact, done. And that's it. Like, that's it. 2-3 minutes to shine. We're good because it's their show. But I appreciate
that. That actually,
man.
I feel like that helped propel you into, there's no one. Podcasts these days, people ain't going to like radio school or broadcasting school.
Right, that's the beauty of it.
You just jump in front of the mic, right? And you don't know how good your voice sounds.
Mm-hmm.
You know how many emails and DMs I get where people are like, yo, I love your accent. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck accent are you talking about?
I've had this my whole life. Yeah.
Like, I don't even, I always thought like an accent was like maybe somebody, saying, te quiero something igual, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
It just sound like Narcos.
Right.
Could be an accent.
Yeah. That shit.
That could be an accent. I never knew that people considered, and then I really didn't realize until later on in life how much people appreciated a New York accent. Because I do have a mix of like an Italian accent, but I also have a mix of a New York accent.
New York. It's New York undercover shit. I can't remember the.
But I didn't realize.
Malik Yoba's. Who was the boss of Malik Yoba? Fucking
the Spanish dude.
No, the chick, the white chick, the cop. She was
God,
the
I
chief.
can't remember her name.
Trumping me right now, man.
That's like fucking New York undercover, lesbian lover, Sherm. Go ahead.
But there was a point I was making. What the fuck was I?
Talk about your voice and the accent. How the New York accent?
No, people just saying like, yo, I love your accent, but more importantly, it's like where it's like, where it's like powerful to the sense of like, yo, I really love your accent.
That happened tonight though. We're sitting in the audience and somebody's like, this guy's from New York, right? I'm like, oh fuck yeah. She's like, yeah, I can hear it. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, people. I mean, and people like, I guess New York, that big city, man. People like, you get jaded when you live in, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like,
you don't even think about it.
yeah, what you don't appreciate no more. People die. People die to fucking spend $4,000 to get in a 400 square foot fucking apartment in the
That's
city.
crazy.
A
friend of mine, she went out there a couple months ago and she's like, yo, I went and grabbed the fucking water and a turkey sandwich. Why was that shit like $24? I'm like, $24 for a bottle of water and a turkey sandwich? Like $24.
New York is expensive, man. New York is, it's expensive. But I will say this, in anything you do, I moved out to Jersey, and I like it, man. Suburbs, like as a getting older, like I really enjoy like the deer and the grass and and
the scenery.
Yo, real talk. To me,
Quiet,
somebody
man,
asked me what success is.
Yeah.
You know what I'll say? Finding peace.
Yeah.
Finding. Like, yo, crickets want to cricket. You know what I mean? Birds want to chirp.
Deers want a deer.
Yeah, deers want to deer.
Deer's fucking.
You just sit back and you're like, yo, this is nice, man. Because I grew up on a city where everybody was on top of each other.
Yeah.
This one, this one was doing this. It's like, to have that peace where you may not see your neighbor for a week. I get it. That's a beautiful thing.
I don't know. I get how y'all can do it. Y'all grew up with it. That's all y'all know. But like coming from Detroit, where it's big but it's spread out, so it's empty, but it's what I'm saying, tight. There's no way I could do that New York living, man.
Nah.
top on top on top
It's
of
a
them.
dirty motherfucker down in Times Square. There's newspapers and shit flying all around, and
Rats running around.
Expensive, bro. That'd be my.
it's like
thing.
that Paul Mooney joke when he was telling about his white friend moving downtown to Manhattan and shit, and he's like, he's like, yeah, I saw a little bug. He's like, oh, Paul, it's a water bug. He's like, a water bug? That's a cockroach. Like, that's not a cockroach. It's a water bug. Like, yeah, So I don't know. New York. I think of Ninja Turtles and shit when I think of New York.
Nah,
April
What
O'Neil.
I'm about to say is
You're thinking of legendary New York Yankees.
Come on.
Okay,
I think of fucking.
they played the Blue Tigers fitted.
They did. They do.
last time I think
This
they
is
played
true.
in the playoffs.
Is it still
They lost.
Comerica Park?
It is Comerica Park. Yeah.
Okay.
I think of fucking Gregory Hines and Tap.
That's what you think of when you think of New York?
I
Who
do.
owns the Detroit Tigers?
It's the Illich kid.
Illich,
The
that
kid.
the
'Cause
son.
Is that the
Dad
Little
died.
Caesars?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
What the fuck,
Yeah.
man?
$5. $5 pizza
Yep.
with Tanisha.
That's how. Yeah.
Well, you were downtown. You were right past his headquarters and the whole LCA. That's like all his little corridor. It's funny how Detroit works. It's kind of sectioned off between billionaires. Like, oh, this guy's here.
It is.
This guy's over here. We just trying to get a third and a fourth one
Yep.
to take over the east side and do something with that. 'Cause, it's
Apple Orchards.
Apple. Yeah, you did say that.
Apple Orchards. East Side Apple Orchards.
I'm surprised I ain't take you on the east side. I ain't take you to Coney.
No, I don't want to take
AJ,
you to the
I
East
ain't
Side.
take
Not this
Thank
trip.
you.
Not
We don't
this
have
go
enough
around.
time. We don't have enough
No,
time.
that was time.
Not even a Coney.
We can't hang out with our hood rat friends just yet.
Well, yeah, that's true.
That is true.
Ain't let us come back.
You want the guy to come back,
On
right?
day one.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but nothing wrong with being a scum. Let me tell you
Jesus.
something. Let me give some advice. As we wind down, let me give some advice. Okay, if you're a good dude, one day out of the week, be an asshole. Okay, because then people will understand not to take you for granted.
Yeah.
So when you switch it up on them, they're like, "Oh, there goes Teak. It's a good day you're doing." Hey, shut the fuck up.
Pete, they always think I'm an asshole anyway.
and then they're like, "What?" Like, no, this ain't the Teak. And then the next day they see you, hey, you're like, "Oh shit, he must have had a bad day,"
Yeah. My regular ass Tom tells me that all the time. He's like, "You're just angry."
Yeah.
I was like, "Do I need to fucking?"
Are you angry?
I'm not. I'm good.
So why?
The assholes has to
make it
win,
up,
right? It seems like if you're not that guy, if you're not the asshole, like humble gets no respect.
Nah, he's just light skinned.
You see, there's the fucking.
Yeah, I gotta go
there.
there.
It is.
I gotta
see it
end
is.
with that.
It's
I gotta
it's the thing.
No, but
between
no, I
dark and evil.
kind of agree. I kind of agree.
Dark
kinda
and
You see
evil.
it, right?
No, not the light skin part.
Fucking scumbag show. Oh, you see it? Yeah. Don't you? Don't feel that shit in
Getting
his head.
people on his
I'm
team.
talking
Yeah,
about.
cosign
I'm talking about
Sherm.
the humble doesn't get no respect. It goes to show you that we could sit here and I said this before, but you put up a post of somebody doing a good deed, it may get a few some likes, but if you put up somebody smacking the shit out of somebody, it will get 1 million likes.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's true.
World star.
Scumbaggery, just like niggas like you, Sherm.
What, niggas like me. I don't know how to take that.
Yeah, you should. Thumbs up that shit.
Okay. Thumbs up to this episode.
Pete,
So-
Chicago pizza or New York pizza?
Hell no, never happened. I have this debate with Joseph Sikora, aka Tommy Egan.
Yeah.
Cancel Christmas on your ass. I have it all the time. I have this debate with him that I'm not a fan. Chicago bases themselves on deep dish to me, which is pizza soup.
Okay.
Or it's cheese. It's like cheesecake with cheese on top.
Yeah,
you
like
know
a
what I mean?
pie, like a legit pie.
They claim they got a regular, pie, but I had it before and I was like, it's all right. Like, it's nothing that you can say. Like here's the thing: whenever I start going off about pizza, especially on Twitter,
Yeah.
I'll have weird this is the thing I hate about social media. Like somebody from St. Louis, yeah, motherfucker, St. Louis got the best. What, motherfucker? Where did you come from? Back the fuck up. This is
A little Omaha in the building.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
People like, yo, next time you come to fucking, to whatever, I'm gonna take you for pizza. I'm like, nah, I'm good, But I'm open to try it. I'm open to try it, but it's like some places. The problem is too is that you know what's bothering me in New York. There's a lot of dollar slice places.
Okay.
And tourists come in and they're like, oh, $1, and they go in there and they fucking buy it. And then they're like, pizza in New York is all right. Whenever you go into another area, and that's why I'm proud, like I said before, about having people in, every city to go in and really, like a local, because it's like, you should ask somebody like, yo, who took you around? and you know, it's important to have someone to take you around. So it's like, you know, some of these people come in and like they're getting these dollar slices. I don't know what the fuck is going on. So listen, get a local to take you around, and then judge the pizza. And then also, to be honest with you, I really can't stand editorials that get written by people who you know, living in New York and they just move here from Kansas, and you're writing like the top fucking 50 fucking pizza stores in New York City. Motherfucker, you grew up in Kansas.
Well, I mean, we got a Detroit style here. You got to at least try it once. I mean, you probably can't fit it tonight.
Pause.
Yeah, it's a good pause.
No,
That's a really good pause.
Buddies, the Four Corners.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah, that whole shit.
That's the shit I said Pete to tell him it's the fake.
You know about Four Corners?
I never. I
Never had
Oh,
buddies.
there you go.
I don't want to name drop because they ain't paying us, but yeah, I mean, you know,
Everybody got to pay you, huh, Shara?
yes.
Fuck
Yeah.
that double minute shit I'm chewing on. Nah, fuck Wrigley's. The socks you wearing, yeah.
But no, I get it. You know, the one thing I've met and a few New York cats I've met, they all piece of snobs. So I'm not even surprised.
Yeah, I mean, look, you know, if you're from Philly, you should be a cheesesteak snob.
That's true.
You know,
Whoever put that standard there? Who put those staples there? Like
Out of
New York
towners.
is pizza, Philly's
Yeah.
cheesesteak.
Yeah.
Who out of towners did
Yeah,
that?
they come
So
to
other
your
people
city
fucking did that
and
to the
spread
city?
the word for you.
but you know, it is annoying because it's like, yo, I live so close to Philly.
Yeah.
Now I'm in
Yeah,
Jersey.
yeah.
And everybody, and when I tell that to people, they say, "Oh, you get a cheesesteak?" You know, and I'm like, motherfucker, who cares about cheesesteaks? And I'm sure the local people think
shout out
that.
to Feet Heat.
I'm sure those local people think that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like they're not always worrying about getting a. Like I asked before, what's a specialty in Detroit as far as food, and they call it like a coney dog.
Coney dog, yeah.
But what I'm saying is maybe the locals aren't getting that every day.
Nah,
It's like kind of like.
No.
hell no.
I bet you'd be a 500-pounder. Fucking
Yeah, you know what I mean. So it's like,
Your stomach could be off.
yeah, you know what I mean. You don't need bubble guts. So
Doo-doo
it's
blues.
like,
Nobody wants to do blues.
okay.
Yeah.
so you're right. It could be a tourist thing that turns. You know, it's like it's just annoying. It's small talk to me. It's like corporate, like water cooler talk. Like, you know, went to Philly. Did you have a cheesesteak? You know, I'm like, no.
Tim
I stayed home and
told me
jerked
that
off. You know? and jerking off sometimes is good for you because
gotta
you
let go.
No, I want to be honest with you. Like, say if you like.
Having a
Maybe
fucked up
like
day.
thinking of a girl that you know you're trying to shoot your shot, but it may be too early. Some people like lose their momentum because they want to beat right there and then.
Yeah, see?
You know, and then
coming
sometimes people mess with like say like unhealthy relationships, but they just want they like the guy from the guy's perspective, they just wants a piece of ass.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, let me tell you something. Sometimes it's worth it. You jerk off, and they're like, "Yeah, I'm good.
Good to go. Keep your money in your pocket.
Yeah."
That's how I like to
Like,
do.
you
say-
think about texting that one person, like your ex or something, and then all you gotta do is just rub one out real quick.
Yeah,
and
all
you
all
like-
you do is hit the little.
just like you say, like, oh, you know,
It helps you.
mind.
Not. It
Never
helps.
mind.
It helps you. Honestly, it helps you get maintain your mindset.
listen, you hit that little eye in the icon on the right side. You scroll through the old photos, like, yes.
You know how many bad decisions that shit
Right.
save people from? Like,
And it
that's what
saves
used
you
to
money
be.
too. It saves you
Yeah,
money
keep
too.
your money in your pocket. You don't have to fucking go to movies.
Because
You don't have to fucking
some
drive.
guys particularly aren't good with women in bed, and what I mean by that is like they'll start talking all that shit. Like like one of my friends, he was a big purchase talker when he was fucking with girls. Like, and I was like, "What the fuck do you mean by that?" Like he told me that, but he's like she was like riding him, and he'd be like, you know, and he'd be like, "I'll get you a mink," and she'd be like, "You gonna get me a mink?" And he's like. And you know, it was like in that heat of the moment, just like, you know, like
Saying shit.
yeah, you know what I mean?
Wow.
Like,
Get that
like-
pink Cadillac.
yeah, you get that
Who
pink
says
Cadillac.
that? I never said that getting rolled. I may have said like, yeah, I'm gonna tear this ass up. Keep going,
that's
shift
the
that shit to the
man.
left.
Yeah, but-
I ain't been like, bitch, I'm gonna pay your car note.
Yeah, but there are
DTE
people.
is
There
due?
are people like that in the
Fuck.
moment.
This
You know
guy
what I
must
mean?
have been white.
Think about it, like, yo,
This is a white guy, right?
No, he was Spanish.
Oh, white Spanish?
Would you stop abusing the
What?
Half and half bouillon.
spaghetti?
I get it.
It's Diane Carroll's kid. It's half and half.
Yeah, Victor Moan Jr.
Victor Moan Jr. Paisan.
Victor Moan Jr. Man.
Sammy Davis Jr. Jr. All of them.
Yeah, that's Chris Tucker, man. Chris Tucker, man.
Pete, man, how the hell do you balance, man, family life and all this fucking running around and late nights, early mornings, and fucking everything, right? You like you mentioned your daughter, man, older, college pretty soon here this year, right?
Later
This year,
yeah,
right?
later this year, yeah.
right? It's fucking 2018 already, right? So
Is it
that,
done?
and then this guy goes in fucking reverse over here teaching his son how to aim fucking right. So he goes from one extreme to bye-bye, you're out the house, daddy can walk around fucking butt-ass naked. I forgot.
Yeah,
My little guy's here.
still shitting in his diapers, man.
Talk about the balance, man. Talk about how, because there are people out there just like yourself, man. Like there's single dads like us out here, right? There's single mothers. So
Yeah.
it's never easy in that sense, right? And then balancing relationship, time for yourself, fucking time to be successful, and then, all right, got to get in dad
Well, I
mode.
always said, when I had Stolly on, and he spoke about how his mother used to go on her lunch break to do something for him to, for basketball practice and shit. And I had made a quote, and that's what I love about podcasting too. But I had said, like, damn, like a parent's sacrifice is a kid's success, and it's honestly, I'll be honest with you, one of the worst things I hated is becoming a single dad, and only because it's not the same, and it's the best for people because if you don't get along and things don't work out with the mother, or you get divorced or whatever it is, but it's not the same as being there, and I didn't realize that until my daughter got older. Like when it was young, it was easy. I just pick her up on Friday, beep the horn, she'd come downstairs. We go to movies, we go this, we go do that. It's like, and then all of a sudden your kid, especially if you're raising a daughter, they start turning 13, 14, they come down with a shirt, crop top. You're like, oh, you got to change that. And like, oh my God, he's so annoying, like, but you're not there all the time. When you're not there all the time, it's different. And when you have to realize that you have to be a dad, then that becomes different. You have to realize that they grow up and then, they don't want to, hang out with you all the time and stuff like that. It's just different from being there. No disrespect to anybody who has a kid that is living with their kid, but when you are picking, like when you're picking up your kid, you have a limited amount of time with them. And when you're there, it's like you may come home and they're like, Daddy, let's go do it. And they're like, oh, we'll do it over the weekend. Don't worry about it. But when you're a single dad and you're separated dad, you only have that moment, so you have to make the best out of that moment.
Sure. And
what you give them is probably not the best parenting skills because you're really spoiling them. You're just doing whatever you're having fun, like, and you're making it hard on the mother as from a guy's perspective because it's like everything you do with daddy is fucking fun.
Oh, yeah, it's phenomenal.
You know what I mean? But it's not real life.
Right.
I've never heard a man actually admit that out loud. Like on some real legit shit. What he just said, like you make it hard on the woman when you do that. Being a weekend warrior, and it's not saying it's you do it on purpose, but it's just a byproduct of what happens. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I can see that.
And sometimes it's like guilt, even if you didn't do anything wrong, like even if just things didn't work out with you and the mother. It's like fucking, I don't know. It's like sometimes I feel guilty, and that's why it took me so long to have another kid. And I have such a gap. Like think about it, my daughter's gonna be 18. And my son's gonna be 3. Like it's like
10 years.
It's like insane. You know what I mean? It's like, and it's funny. I had a conversation with her the other day, and she was like, you got your, your own family, and I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, it's never like that. And I think she got mad at me that I had another kid, but to be honest with you, I'm thank to God because she don't want to hang out no more, really. So it's like, yo, you would have left me for dead.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Like she didn't even want me to get get involved with anyone. She would have left me for dead.
Sure.
And I tell her that. And she's like, no, I wouldn't. I guess you would but I will say
you're
this.
like your fucking mother.
Yeah.
Well, I see it. I fucking see it.
Or they can say the same, like you're like your father. But
yeah.
But I will say this: anybody who has a kid that they're not, living with them, I will say, as they get older, don't look at it like, yo, I'm losing my baby girl.
Yeah.
Or I'm losing my son. Look at it as it's the next chapter.
Sure.
And look at it as like it's a new beginning. Because we have to evolve and have to teach them that, but as long as you stay there, I think that they, and they have both of them, a mother and father in their life, they got a better chance at succeeding in life.
Sure. So do you think that, how you hear certain people and parents and people in relationships, whether they're married or not married, say, oh, I stayed in there because I hung in there for the kids. I didn't want to get divorced because I'm thinking about the kids. But sometimes that can be toxic because if the relationship isn't healthy with the mother and the father, kids are gonna get older. Kids are not stupid.
You hit it right on the head, but you hit it right on the head.
Like, cause I'm just saying, you mentioned like, your biggest regret or one of your things is like, damn, being a single dad. Like, man, I missed that. But at the same token, you got to take care of your fucking star player, which is you, because if you're unhappy, ain't nobody gonna be happy, right?
Yeah, but when you're a parent, you don't get that privilege. That's the problem.
You think so?
Well,
I think to an extent.
I'm explaining to you. I'm explaining to you why, and you don't realize it until you get older. But you married, then things don't work out. You get separated, so then you have to regroup and figure out. That's why I always say, like, yo, make an account with some just in case shit. Because some things go wrong and you out here all willy nilly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
$49.99 plus tax.
Next thing you know, you're calling your mom and you're over there and she's making you baked ziti. But what I'm saying is there was
aim for the back.
There was a point I was making.
Okay.
What the fuck was I making, man? I don't want to lose my fucking chain of thought.
Don't lose the chain of thought.
We were talking about
staying with this crazy bitch.
So think about what happens. You're married, things don't work out, right? So you get separated, and then you have to find your own.
Yeah.
So you get your own place, and you figure all that out, right? And you get situated.
Yeah.
You have to work, right?
Yeah.
And then on the weekend, you pick up your kid. But say if you even during the week, maybe you try an extra day. Tuesday, or you pick up the kid. You're working all week, right? I already filled up the whole week. What did I miss?
Sure.
No, do you know what I missed?
What'd you miss?
Yourself.
Yeah.
People, you know how many years I forgot about myself? Like, it took me years, 10 years at least, 10 years where you would worry about yourself because your main priority was your kids.
Sure.
And, I will say this, you're right. When you get into a relationship and it's toxic, when you're heart of hearts, when you know it's wrong and you know it ain't going to work out, you should just really try to start preparing to move forward because it's not good for the kids to see the fighting, and it's tough but I think that even if you're not together, if you're in their life, it's still better than not being there at all.
Yeah.
So
favorite cities to go eat besides New York?
Shit, I would say
down south.
No. Well, Houston, I love Houston. Houston is good to eat. I
West
like
Coast,
Cali's San Francisco, actually.
Really?
Yeah, San Francisco
What
got fire.
You go to
food.
the fucking tea house where they got the
Nah,
teacup flipped upside down.
They have everything there, man. Like everything. Like
you hear about that, right?
Yeah,
My
I mean,
Asian
just the
friend told me
Filipino
about
food,
that.
the Korean barbecue.
No, I'm talking about the service that you get when you go into an Asian tea house. You're supposed to flip the fucking teacup upside down. That means you want a little
I'll
extra
be honest
service.
with you, man. I never walked in an Asian tea house. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I don't think
You
that's.
should try it.
No, I don't.
If you're in an Asian tea house in San Francisco, with
I
two
mean,
legs out, flip the
Maybe
cup upside
Asian,
down.
maybe a massage parlor. You know what I mean?
Heaven on earth.
I don't know.
$50 holla.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening.
Tubuku.
Oh, Scumbag doesn't know what's happening. Oh, he
I don't
knows what's
know about
happening.
no teacups.
Sherb's that guy that goes into a fucking massage parlor. He's like, I'm having a little discomfort in my upper thigh.
That sounds like some shit he has definitely said before. I've never thought
Just
of that.
in my upper thigh, I'm having a little discomfort here. This is the problem area. Oh, okay.
Scumbag shit.
Scumbag shit.
I got you.
Internets. It's a long episode. Who gives a fuck? No break. That's how we do it.
He did it straight through. He did it straight through.
man. You got to see it. Split that motherfucker.
Mm.
Think about it, regular ass. You split a couple. Have you not?
We're not talking about.
Don't get all bashful on the mic now. Fucking guest people come in from New York and shit now. You don't want to speak now. Regular ass Tom. Regular ass shit. I swear.
Tom,
That's why I'm regular, baby.
Yeah.
as we wind this episode down, you got anything for me, Tom?
Yeah, you got anything for this fucking guy in New York? This guy here. Because he comes here every other
You
weekend.
already asked
you
me
know.
a question, though.
I did.
It was kind of corporate, though.
Yeah, it was corporate.
It's
Damn.
corporate. Regular ass
wasn't
questions.
corporate.
It was fucking Eddie Bauer button down.
Eddie, well, that's what I do.
Wild
That's
geese.
what I- the whole
We
point
got
of the
Tom's
regular-
quota. We got it.
Right.
Tom's quota.
I hit my mark. I'm good.
Disappointing in 2018 is what you're doing to me. Fucking guy.
Lord.
Scumbag. You don't have any scumbag shit for this guy here?
Nah, man, I'm smooth, man.
Like this, what is this? New beginnings here? This guy
Man,
doesn't drink any
peace
BTF
to-
juice anymore.
listen.
He doesn't have any.
Hey,
he's got his
guy.
Fiji
we had a lot of
water,
talks.
We've kicked it a bunch. you know?
Purified water. How much purification has gone into that fucking water bottle of yours over there? The purified.
Is there any honey in his Coke?
There's plenty of Henny in this.
Okay.
Coke.
Definitely.
Hey,
So-
Fucking
thinks
thinks we just started. You know what I mean?
Right. Oh, let's get this started. Just walk
No,
down
we're
the
winding
stairs.
down. I'm pretty
can't-
satisfied with the
I can't
with the
stand dark
questions
skinned people.
We've asked pretty
As soon as a little color comes into the fucking room, this guy here,
Yeah, little color.
this guy,
You know, we
swear to God, this
gotta
guy.
wrap
here.
it up, bro. I'm
Wrap it up. No, I like the raw dog. It's like Pete talked about. You got to aim for the back, save for that rainy day fun. Plan B.
No, Plan B. No more.
Put a little bit in the milkshake. Like here, honey.
You a savage.
You are too
I like
comfortable.
I like your
saying some of
style.
these things.
You do like my style. See,
He's a wild dude.
we're going for
the very
smoothies.
wild
We're going
dude.
for smoothies, honey.
Oh, okay. All right. Ladies, you know what not to do.
Now you know.
Yeah, he's giving too much game.
Be careful, Savage Teak,
Yeah,
man.
over here. Yeah.
Teak the Savage.
Bill Cosby
These guys
out
acting
here.
brand new, man. You're here. I don't know what it is.
He's like give me the voice.
I can't do a Bill Cosby.
Nobody can do a
Yeah.
Bill Cosby.
Somebody got it.
wake up. Sleepyhead.
Damn, man, I can't do it.
The pudding pop and Theo and Fruity.
Please don't hurt him, Teak.
Please don't hurt him.
Yo, but thanks for having me.
No, man, Pete,
Oh,
thank you,
pleasure.
man. Seriously, man. Thanks for taking time. We know you're only in town for the night, only in time for the day. You know,
Yeah,
this
man,
guy
I gotta
here
get some shut eye, man.
making runs. You know, AJ and SJ, man, we're gonna build with you guys, man. And
But they're gonna have their own
Yeah.
episode, man.
They are gonna have.
I mean,
their
they
own
live
episode.
here, motherfuckers. They ain't no.
We better. Yeah,
that's-
we
You-
gotta-
let me tell you something.
That's kind of mandatory now.
I
shit.
really enjoy podcast mashups.
Yeah,
Kind of
Okay.
like this is, even though it's like Friends and
Sure.
stuff like that. But I think podcast mashups are nice. It gives people. First of all, it's both audiences to understand.
Sure.
It's good. It's good to do it. It's good to do it. I think.
One thing I've been digging is your intros. Not to cut you off, but your intros have been fantastic these last shows. Pete give us like Springer's final thoughts, but at the fucking beginning now. Pete's like, it's all quiet and shit, and he's like, yeah, so internets, before we get into this show, and his fucking pauses are like, I'm like, oh shit, is the volume down? Did it go off? Fucking, and he's like, I sat down today with your mama's mama, and it's a great episode. And let me tell you, listen, he's like, let me tell you, and it's 2 weeks ago, this guy, just listen, just give a listen, and we'll get into it. And then, come on, everybody! Hey,
listen.
Fucking intro, you know? Like, I love this guy, and then it's like, Premium Pete Show, premiumpeteshow.com. It's like a whole nother fucking guy. He turns into fucking, hey. You know?
Let's get it. Let's
like
get
this
it.
guy here gave me the Springer's
Man, you
final
can
thoughts at
expect.
the
You can
beginning.
expect a lot. You can expect You can expect the unexpected.
But I'm digging it, man.
No, you can expect the unexpected for real though. Like meaning, like just I'm gonna continue to bring on people from all walks of life.
Sure.
Like kind of like how I said as we wrap this up, kind of how we said in the about not being put in one box.
Yep.
That's how I'm planning to do the podcast sense. There's so many other things to do. Like I'm on tour, just continue working with brands and stuff like that, and I'm doing a lot more executive producing, but really just bring on people from all walks of life. So you may see like I always say, like the artist or the athlete or the entrepreneur or inspiring story or whatever. But it's like continue. Like I want to continue to do that. Where you may see like an actor, like what the fuck, this kid had an act wrong last week, and then now he has Vince Carter, like
Yeah.
or a fucking whatever. So yeah,
We appreciate it, man. It's motivation for us. I know for
Absolutely.
sure.
Definitely.
You know,
everyone finds their own niche, and it's good to have people in your corner in this culture.
Sure.
And if that's a podcast culture, or if that's just regular culture, or whatever it is, it's good.
We got to get out to New York, sit on the leather couch, get some vino,
Forget it.
fucking
Come out to New York.
Red Bull,
Put you in the
and
fucking
blueberry and fucking Ciroc. Ride around for a while. Fucking guy.
Nah, it was great to really just chop it up with you guys. Be here in Detroit, in the flesh,
In the flesh,
in
man.
the studio,
Agreed.
D-Town,
D-Town.
Michigan.
The internets.
The internets are here.
They should love it, man.
Blue Tigers fitted.
All did a Premium Pete Show, man. Connected experience. Appreciate y'all, man. It's been another episode. Scumbag Sherm. Winding on out.
Chill.
And that's how you do. Anything to say for the ladies? Nothing? See them next week or something?
I see him when I see him.
Ain't that something? Regular ass times too busy being regular internets.
Yeah.
This is the Blue Tigers Fitness Show. Premium Pete, man. We love you, man.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Likewise.
And we out of here.
All right.
Peace.
Yeah.